Hi, I am Rue Mummied, the volunteering coordinator at Sheffield Volunteer Centre. We've been asked by colleagues in volunteer centres to answer some questions about Volunteer Connect, which is the online system we're using to manage our volunteer roles. Well, it wasn't a foregone conclusion. Before the launch of both Volunteer Connect and the new Do It website, we didn't really know which system we would adopt because we didn't really know how they'd compare. We wanted to make sure that whatever system we adopted would enable us to do the best job of fulfilling our role as a volunteer centre, to direct organisations and volunteers to our website and to all our services, to enable organisations to add new roles via our website, to provide the best possible service to volunteers and organisations, and to have some control over the roles being advertised to ensure good practice and to prevent the misuse of volunteers. Also, we wanted to have reports enabling us to measure what we are doing and who we are serving, and of course to be able to inform our funders through quarterly and annual reporting and feedback. Once it was launched, we found that the new Do It website didn't really provide the facilities and controls that we as a volunteer centre wanted. And Volunteer Connect, on the other hand, did give us all these things, so we went for Volunteer Connect. Well, we were the first organisation to go on Volunteer Connect, and yet the data migration from VBase to Volunteer Connect went really smoothly. We found Volunteer Connect easy to use and intuitive, although there is a learning curve, as you'd expect with any new system. For example, registering a volunteer on Volunteer Connect took longer than VBase to start off with, but now things have really speeded up and it's about the same as you would have on VBase. But of course, Volunteer Connect has a much more powerful feature set, as you'll see. When people go online and search for volunteering in Sheffield, the Volunteer Centre website is the top result. People almost always go to our website to find out how to find a role, and that links them up to Volunteer Connect. At the time of migration to Volunteer Connect, we heavily promoted the new platform. We emailed everyone registered with us to let them know that we were using Volunteer Connect to advertise roles. We invited them to register using a link to the relevant page on our website. We placed a banner on our website homepage announcing the launch of our Volunteer Connect service, and we linked the banner to the registration page. We updated our leaflets and posters wherever possible, highlighting the new service. In our bulletin, we placed a whole page feature to advertise Volunteer Connect, which gets emailed to about 1,700 people each month. And you can download this from our website and have a look. We discussed what was on the horizon and what we were contemplating with organisations so they were prepared. We had this dialogue through our ongoing quarterly forums and regular meetings, which we used to keep colleagues in the voluntary sector informed of what was happening, both with Do It and with Volunteer Connect, long before the launch date. Once we've made our decision to go with Volunteer Connect, we emailed all our client organisations and let them know the three options that they had before them: to self-serve on Do It, or to have supported service on Volunteer Connect, and this included promoting the roles in our monthly bulletin and in our drop-in service. And then the third option was to do both. And given these options, 100% of the organisations have chosen to go with Volunteer Connect, whilst about 2% are using both platforms. We then ran training sessions to enable staff from organisations to see how Volunteer Connect works. And while they were at the sessions, we made sure their logins worked and they were able to add and edit roles. They were also able to see the system in action and ask any questions that they had. Now we are offering one-to-one training to organisations to train them on Volunteer Connect, and whilst these sessions are proving really useful and popular, we are not inundated because the system is really quite intuitive. Well, at VC Sheffield, we promote volunteer roles mainly in three ways. We have a brokerage service which runs via drop-in, delivered by advisors who are themselves volunteers. Online, where prospective volunteers register and create an account on Volunteer Connect, and they can then manage their journey into volunteering. And thirdly, it's the monthly bulletin, and these list the latest roles to be advertised with us. And volunteers and professionals can register to receive these by email, and there are paper copies available to be picked up from the Volunteer Centre. Currently we have just over 1,700 people registered to receive the bulletin. The advisors use Volunteer Connect to run the drop-in. People who come to our drop-in can often be vulnerable and not necessarily very confident with IT. So while registering the client, the advisor will show them how to use the system when they log in from home. We find that when recruiting advisors to run the brokerage service, general IT skills have to be part of the minimum requirements. We are planning to record a video to show a typical registration at the brokerage service, and you might like to watch this as it will include some useful tips. The online process is simple, and we know anecdotally that people with basic IT skills find the process intuitive and easy to manage. Now, two of our current advisors had already registered on Volunteer Connect before they applied to become advisors. The training we gave them as new advisors consequently went much more quickly than it normally does, and it was really effective. The reporting facility in Volunteer Connect is really good. It enables us to gather all the information we want at the click of a button. This is then saved as an Excel spreadsheet, and then you can mail merge that to produce the bulletin or something else like the bulletin. It's really simple and quick. The reporting facilities are powerful, and because of the range of mandatory fields completed by everyone whilst registering, we're able to pull general data on volunteers, on volunteer roles, and on organizations. So getting the information we need for quarterly and annual reports is very easy. We can create mailing lists and manage them. Volunteer Connect can create a mailing list directly, and if you have VC Connect as well, then it's really easy. You can, with a few clicks, create a mailing list of, for example, all the volunteers who've registered and send them the latest information. We did this with a volunteer recruitment fair which we had during Volunteer Week, and we invited everyone registered on Volunteer Connect to come to the fair. Yes, the number of hits on our website has soared by over 60%, both from individuals looking to volunteer and staff looking for volunteers. Another effect has been that our good practice pages are getting many more visits. So the general impact on the profile and exposure of our work has been significant. Well, you have to bear in mind that Volunteer Connect has been developed by the same people who about 10 years ago developed VC Connect, which is a CRM database produced by Voluntary Action Sheffield for voluntary organizations, and it links up with Volunteer Connect. VC Connect has been continually enhanced and improved over the years, and the same ethos will be applied in the commitment to Volunteer Connect. Even more importantly, the developers are focused on building this specifically for volunteer centres, so we are able to ask for features and influence the ongoing development of Volunteer Connect, and we feel confident that we will really be listened to. Thank you for watching. We hope it's been useful in answering some of your questions. To have a chat with us about Volunteer Connect or to ask any other questions, please get in touch. You will see our contact details given below and in the information section. You can also search for other videos we will be posting from time to time.